Hello everyone, my name is Prahan and I'm working with Bizlockr as a business coach, and today we are going to have a discussion on how to generate leads using Apollo. Now, as per the agenda of today's discussion, we'll simply understand how we can generate leads, and the tool that we have selected for today's discussion is going to be Apollo. But before that, we need to understand a couple of things that are very crucial and very important to be discussed. As we know that lead generation, it's sometimes it's a very complicated task. Like you need to get the leads from your target markets, and for that particular reason you have to design your target markets. So I'll try to simply get you a compiled analysis. With the help of that, you can not just you can say design your target markets, but you can also generate the leads regarding to the target markets that you are definitely going to be selecting for your business and all. Now, first thing first, what is a lead? Lead is actually a contact information of an individual, of an entity, or maybe of a business. Like a contact information of any individual, contact information of any business entity, information of a company, contact information of an organization, or maybe a business. But what is eventually going to make it a lead is that that individual, that business, that organization, that company, that business should belong from your target markets. Then it is said to be a lead. Otherwise, it's not going to be a lead. It's going to be a simple or plain contact. For example, you're offering or you're selling gadgets for uh, you can say construction industry. Okay, so there's a proper tools that you're creating, you're manufacturing, and you're selling it to the companies that are working into into the construction industry. So eventually, your target market, your target industry is eventually going to be the construction industry. Okay, every single individual, every single business, every single organization that is outside this industry, like outside the construction industry, they are not going to be your target customers, they are not going to be target audience, they're not going to be target markets at all. Why? Because they cannot buy what you're offering. Only those people who have a requirement of your product or your service, only those people who might buy your product or your service are said to be the entities that are eventually going to be your target markets. And they are the one who should be included into that. Now, when it comes to designing a target market industry, we have already discussed that thing out. Apart from that, we are definitely going to be looking into locations as well, like what kind of location we need to work it from. For example, like if we are providing our services in UK, so obviously we are definitely going to be focusing on the customers and the clients to get it from UK. We're not going to be like getting or generating leads from USA or Japan or Australia. No, that's not something which is going to happen. We would eventually start generating the leads, getting the clients, and closing the sales from UK. So, industry, location, and thirdly, it's going to be the people to whom you would be reaching out to. So, at the end of the day, obviously, if you're going to be reaching out to a business, definitely you're not going to be reaching out to a business directly. You would be reaching out to a person who is eventually going to be responsible for taking a decision for that business to whom you want to offer your product or your service. And that person should have the capacity and capability to make a decision. Like if there's a ABC limited company and you want to reach out to that company, so obviously you would love to reach out to the person who is going to be taking the decisions, not the one who is like maybe working into HR department or maybe working onto the reception, because these are the people who don't have any authority to make a decision. We need to simply reach out to those people who are authorized to make a decision. And they, in that reference, it's either going to be the directors, CEOs, or maybe those individuals who are working at the C-level suit management, because they have the tendency to or authority to simply have a decision making. So we will reach out to them, and it would be them who's eventually going to decide whether they want to buy the product or services that we are offering or not. Now, once all of these things has been settled, once you have simply like designed your own target markets on the basis of the factors that I have already provided you, you are definitely going to set and align your business and your campaigns according to this. And using that approach, you would be even generating the leads as well. So when it comes to lead generation point, you can definitely generate leads using multiple platforms, multiple tools, and from multiple options. I mean, there's just not one option that you would be getting along with. There are like thousands of options that you can simply use. But out of those options, what you need to make sure is that you need to get to the right option, right platform, right tool. With the help of that, you can create a quality lead, a tool that is eventually going to help you get connected with the right person. Because reaching out to the companies who are working in UK, that's not sufficient. Reaching out to the construction companies that are working into UK, that is not even, I mean, that is also not even, it's something which is not going to be working well. And what eventually is going to work well with respect to the example that I have given you is only in one condition, that we want to reach out to the decision makers who are running these construction companies and they are operational from UK. Now, if we reach out to these people, then it is eventually going to work out. Otherwise, we are not going to be getting good results and we would be definitely knocking the wrong doors out. So just to make this thing happen, what we will eventually do is this, that we will shortlist some of the tools that are eventually going to help us out in creating these high quality leads. And from there, we would generate the leads. Now, the tool that I am going to have a session about today is Apollo. And using Apollo, we can definitely generate high quality leads. So how are we going to use that? First of all, let's have a quick overview of Apollo. Its domain is Apollo, APOLLO.io. That's the domain. And you can simply sign up using Apollo with your Gmail account. Okay, how are you going to do that? Simple as that. The moment you're going to open this up, it's going to ask you these two options, like you can sign up with Microsoft, you can sign up with Google. Generically, it's Google that almost like every person is having. So you can simply sign up using your personal Gmail account. You can see this is my personal account. And after doing a little bit of verification, it is eventually going to allow us in using the platform. It's loading, and there you go. Now, there are some pros and cons of using Apollo as well, because every platform, every tool has its own pros and cons. Let me share some of the pros and cons with you, and then obviously after that we can simply start the lead hunt process. Now, let's talk about the pros first. Whatever industry specific approach, location specific approach, and I mean the content specific approach you want to apply, you can definitely apply all of those filters and all of those things with Apollo. It is eventually going to help you out in reaching to exact same target market that you have designed for your business, that you want to reach out to. It is eventually going to be very precise and very like it's going to be very precise in simply reaching out to the people, to the companies, to the locations that you would key point for reaching out purpose. But on the other hand side, there's a con as well. And that con is that these tools, they are not usually free. These are the paid tools, and you have to pay some amount to this platform so that you can use and utilize this platform in abundant quantity. Now, obviously, there is a free plan as well, but with the help of that free plan, we can only create 25 leads in a day. That means that in a month, we can go up to like 750 leads, and and with the help of two accounts, like if we have two Gmail accounts, so obviously with respect to that, we can generate like 1,500 leads in a month. So initially, we can definitely play around with this platform. Once we get very much familiar with this platform, once we get to know that yes, these are the things and these are the precise leads that we are generating using Apollo, then obviously we can think of that maybe going for the subscribed plan, which is eventually going to help us out in generating more quantity of leads. Okay, so these were the two pros and cons for this platform. Now, when it comes to lead generation, there are basically two types of businesses that are like having a model. Like one business would have two types of models, or maybe three types of models. First one is either going to be B2B, like they are a business and they are going to be offering their products or their services to another business. Secondly, it's going to be B2C, like they are a business and they are offering their products and services to the customers or to the consumers. And third one is going to be B2B and B2C. Like there's a business that is providing their products and services to the businesses as well and to the customers as well or consumers as well. So these are generally the three modules that any business would have when it comes to the revenue generation and all. So using Apollo, we can follow both of them. We can follow either of the two. But generally, mostly, we would definitely go with B2B. And when it comes to B2B, we would reach out to the exact and precise results where we would be capturing the data on the basis of location, industry, and much more filters. So let's start this lead hunt. The very first thing that I'm gonna go with is once I have got like I've simply logged in, I would be having this complete dashboard where there would be like lots of options coming up, like prospect and enrich, people, companies list, and data enrichment. Then we have engage, where we have sequences, emails, calls, and tasks, and then we have win deals where we would be getting like meetings and conversations and all. So today we'll simply discuss the lead generation point. So in lead generation point, the option that we will select or opt for would be the people. So once we select the people, just give me a second. Okay, so once we will select the people, the total data that Apollo has within itself is around 246.5 million. I mean, that's the number of data that Apollo has. These are the number of leads that Apollo has with respect to people. Okay. Now, first thing first, we need to start our filter application process from the very scratch. So first thing first, we'll decide to whom we want to reach out to. And as discussed before, for a sales-driven approach, we would be reaching out to the people who are in a capacity to make a decision making, and who are those people who can decide in our organization, all those people who are into C-level suit management. So we're gonna include them one by one. So first of all, it's going to be the owners. I have added the owner. Then it's going to be the directors. Just give me a second. It's loading. Directors. See, from 246 million to it has dropped down to 2.6 million, and now it has increased to 12.7 million because I have added the directors as well. And then we can go with founders as well. Now this number is eventually going to increase. So it has increased to 14.8 million. And lastly, we can go with CEOs. So the total number is 16.1 million. So 16.1 million people are there who are either the owner or the director or the founder or the CEO. So that's the complete list of those people. You can add as many management level positions as you want. Once you're done with this, then you need to go into the locations. Okay. The location would simply emphasize the location that you would be setting up for reaching out purpose. Like if you are simply operational or you are simply going to be offering your products and services to the people who are living within UK, so obviously you are going to be selecting the location with respect to UK. You're not going to be keeping it generic. I mean, people who are from USA, people who are from Australia, people who are from Japan, they are like not relevant to your traffic. They're not relevant to your customers. They're not relevant to your products and your services. So that's the reason we're going to keep them out from this filter. So I'll simply select United Kingdom. And now this number is eventually going to decrease from 16.1 million to 1.3 million. That means that all the owners, all the founders, CEOs who are working within or who belongs from UK, that is their complete address and that is their complete details. And that number is 1.3 million. So it's 1.3 million owners, founders, CEOs, and directors data that we can find on Apollo. But yet we are not done with our filters. Now, we need to apply one more important factor, one more important filter, and that is going to be the industry. So say suppose we want to simply reach out to two or three specific industries like construction, information and technology, and say suppose real estate. So we need to restrict our search with respect to the industries as well. The way we have restricted it with respect to the decision makers, the way we have restricted it towards the location, the same way we have to restrict it with respect to the industries as well. Now, let's start with information and technology. This number is eventually going to decrease furthermore. So it has decreased down to 524,000. Let's add two more industries. So let's go with real estate industry, real estate, real estate services. Okay. And let's go with construction. So that is how eventually you are going to be construction. Okay, so there. So that is how eventually you're going to be adding the industries as well. Now, there is one more filter that you can apply. Basically, that filter is going to be applied in some of the cases, especially in terms of services. But in some of the cases, may be possible that it's not relevant at all. And that filter would be of the employees filter. Now, what does this filter do is that it simply distinguish different organizations on the number of employees. Like if there is a company that should have that you want to reach out to and they should not have more than 10 employees, so you can simply select the number from here. So what does this actually do is this, that say suppose that you are into recruitment and say suppose that you want to offer your recruitment services. So obviously, if you're going to be offering your recruitment services, then you would definitely would love to meet and love to have those companies around that are not having their recruitment departments into them. Like there's no recruitment department, there's no recruitment individuals working into the organization, there's no human resource department, there's no human resource individual or personnel working into that organization. Because if there's a company like say suppose it's called Standard Charter or maybe Barclays or maybe Unilever, all right. All of these companies would definitely have their human resource departments on site, their recruitment departments on site, their learning and development departments on site. So if they have all of these departments for like simply getting these or hiring these individuals and all, so why on earth do you really think that they would require your services? Obviously, they are not going to be requiring services because they already have people stationed into their organization who are doing this for them. So in that situation, you would definitely reach out to the companies who are having lesser number of employees. like maybe 2 or 3 employees are working into an organization, that means that if there's just 2 employees working in an organization, obviously they will not belong from the recruitment or from the human resource department. Either these two employees would be from sales division, or maybe from the IT division, or maybe from the accounts division, but they would never be from the human resource department, because when it comes to human resource department, this is the only department which is eventually going to, help a business to hire some candidates and all. And it is not going to help a business to simply start generating revenues. When it comes to revenue generation, for that, it's going to be either the sales division, either it's going to be the sales department, or the or the business development department. When it comes to human resource department, obviously it's going to be the one who's going to be spending the money, not the money making department. So keeping that in mind, we can definitely use these filters to simply reach out to the companies that are not having more than 10 employees. And if there's a company that is not having more than 10 employees, then obviously they would be requiring to have some external uh, support to simply perform their operations and all. So, say suppose we would love to apply this filter where we simply want to get to those companies who are having the number of employees between 1 to 10. Okay. Now, from 243 million, we have simply got 203,800 leads in total. And this complete data set, it contains the list of those people who are working as an owner or director or founder or CEOs, who are residing or who are working within UK, and the companies that they are working with or the companies that they are managing, that company does not have more than 10 employees. And on tops of that, these individuals or the companies that they are working with, they belong from three industries. First industry is information and technology, which is said to be IT industry. Second industry is going to be real estate industry, and third industry is going to be the construction industry. And the total number is 203,800. So that's the total number of people. Now, once you get to this point, you could be simply like selecting the people or the leads. You can simply do the pick point as well, because as we are not using the paid subscriptions, that's the reason we would only be allowed to simply get 25 leads in a day. So we can pick point them with simple clicks and all. One thing I would love to mention here is that here you can see these are the emails. Now, the one that has this red arrow, that means that this particular person doesn't have, this platform doesn't have an access to this email or this person's email, which is John Bird. Okay. So don't include them into your lead generation process. How you can do that? Simply select Robert Bruce, because we can have an access to the email. Gilbert Lennox, we can have an access to their email. Paul Norton, we can have an access to their email. But when it comes to John Bird, we cannot have an access to their email. So that's the reason we are not going to be selecting that. Lucas, we can select. Damien, we can select, and that is how eventually we're going to be selecting. Like here, you can see we have selected 5 of them. We can select 25 of them, and once we have selected 25 of them, then we can simply click on export. The moment we're going to click on export would be the moment when their things would simply start to come around. Now here we need to click on next, and then we need to click on save. Once we have clicked on save, here you can see contact edit. It may take 1 to 2 minutes for the contact to fully show up. And now we can download the file that contains all the leads that we have selected, like these 5 people. So there you go. Just give me 1 second. Let me share my complete screen so that you can see it by yourself. Just give me a second. So there you go. There you go. So these were the 5 leads that we have generated, and that is how eventually these 5 leads would look. So Robert, that was the first name. Groups, that was the second name. Title of this person is CEO and founder. Company name is this. Company name for email is this. That is this person's email address. So we've got the email address. That's the first thing. Seniority level is founder. So this person is also the founder of this organization. Okay. That is this person's phone number. So we have got the phone number as well. Okay. This is this person's LinkedIn address as well. Okay. So just give me a second. Let me show their LinkedIn address too. So Robert Cruz, Honor Information Technology Structure. There you go. So we have got the person's LinkedIn address as well. Let's see what else we can have. Website. So the website of this person's business, we have also got that. Okay, just a second. Okay, there's some issue with the website. I guess my firewall is not allowing me to open this website. But again, that was just with one case. Here you can see it has opened up with a new website. So we have got the website as well. And once it get to the website over there into the contact us, every single website would have this contact us form. So simple as that, you can fill up this form and you can simply reach out to this business with the help of this forms and all as well. Then we have the company LinkedIn address as well. So what's that? There you go. Here you can see Information Technology Infrastructure Limited. So we can reach out to this company as well. How can I reach out to them? By simply sending them a message. So just in case if you want to reach out to Robert Grooves, we have Robert Grooves' personal profile link as well. And if we want to reach out to Robert's company, so for that we have their company's LinkedIn URL address as well. And we have also got their phone number. And apart from that, we have got their website. So in simple, we have got everything that we wanted. Every single medium, with the help of that, we can reach out to Robert. We have it. We want to send them an email, we can. We want to give them a call, we can. We want to reach them out over the LinkedIn, we can. We want to reach them out on their company profile, LinkedIn profile, we can. We want to reach them over the website, we can. So there are 6 different mediums that we have an access to, and all 6 of them are going to be implemented. Now it's up to you that whichever medium that you want to go with, you can definitely go with that medium, and you can simply reach out to them, and you can simply let them know that these are the services that you're providing, these are the products that you're providing, and you are interested, so do let us know. Apart from that, we have their company address as well, like that's their physical office address, their city, their phone number again, the technologies that they are working with. So I guess, yep, that's pretty much it, because it's going to be a very long list. But again, these 6 things, they are sufficient for you to simply start reaching out to these people. And that is what makes this platform so valuable, that we can create a good quality leads using this approach. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it from my side. If you have any questions, if you have any queries, if you have any concerns, please do let me know. We would be more than happy to assist you with that. Otherwise, we can conclude the session. So, Gertrude, Xanda, do you have any question? All right, so I guess we can conclude the session then. I wish you best of luck. And just in case if you guys have any questions, please do reach us out and we would be there to assist you with that. Thanks, looking forward to kind sponsors. Take care of yourself and have a nice day ahead. Bye bye.
Bye.